I've always bought a lot of movies, and as I've collected throughout the years, I've noticed a big change in how my collecting has evolved over the time. I used to be someone that would always jump in and buy movies I knew I was roughly going to like, things that I knew I had a passion for. I would pick them up and or things I'd watched and rewatch them. As we moved into DVD, I took more chances. I would buy lots of kind of bigger movies that I knew I loved, and every now and again I'd drop into something or other, depending on a director or a star or some kind of movie that was linked to something else I would enjoy. As I moved into Blu-rays and that, I kind of found myself stuck for a little while, rebuying lots of movies that I already bought before. The thing I'm sure we've all done before, where you're kind of stuck in a loop of rebuying the same titles again and again and again. And as I moved into the 2010s, I really started to take notice of the boutiques. You start to notice little consistencies in the spines, whether it be the little arrow or Eureka or something or other that lets you know that you're buying a lot from one company. And it was over that time that I really started to change my movie purchasing habits. Of course, I would sometimes go and buy movies that I had seen and loved, but I started to see my habits shift into things that I hadn't seen before, things that were new to me, older movies that were getting lavish treatments, and this really was wonderfully exciting for me. A time where I was buying movies, I was getting my fix of buying the media that I loved, but I was discovering films. Some of them were great, some of them not so great, but they were always really interesting for me. And now I move into collecting 2.0, and I've been clearing out my collection. I've been doing videos talking about it, selling things onwards. I've had a couple of questions asking me, has my buying changed? Have I changed what I'm picking up? And the answer to that is no. And I don't see my buying changing too much. I have a couple of rules that I stick to. I must watch what I buy. There's no point in buying something and throwing it on a shelf. So if I buy it, I'm going to try and watch it as soon after I get it, as quickly as I can, and do a review on it probably. I'm still going to blind buy. I'm still going to buy a lot of movies. I'm not going to limit myself to say 3 a month. Sometimes there might be only 3. Sometimes there might be 10. It just depends on what's being released. The whole idea, in my opinion, of collecting 2.0 is about thinning out the things that I don't like. Now, the movies are going to have a certain amount of value immediately. With my process of watching the movies as soon as I get them, I can make that decision rather than being a little bit more half-minded about things. I need to be more deliberate. So I watch something, I decide immediately, do I want it? If I don't want it, I sell it, I clear it out the collection, and I get the money back and hopefully get as much value as I paid for it as quickly as I can, because it's fairly new onto the secondary market. I like that idea of it, and I like the idea of collecting 2.0 and having a collection that epitomises me of movies that I love. But I also love discovering film. I love getting something new in to see if it's going to be something that I enjoy, if it's something from a director that I love. Is it going to be one of their good movies, bad movies? Is it something that I want to have in my collection? As much as collecting 2.0 is all about thinning down and making a more curated collection, it's not about discounting movies just because I only want a limited number. I will still buy films. I will still clear out the collection. I plan to move forward and do yearly reviews of the entire collection. Assess everything, look at it in a whole and go, do I really want that? But in between those times, I want to get the movies in, I want to watch them, I want to decide then and there, is this something that I really enjoyed? Is it something that I want in my collection? Is it something I need to have that says something about me in my collection? If so, I keep it. If not, I sell it. And it's getting into this new rhythm, which I find very hard to do. The hassle of putting things online can be a bit of a struggle. Thankfully, I've had a couple of people contact me and sold things privately, which is great. I'm definitely going to go that route, I think, first and foremost. So I'll probably be setting up a Facebook group or repurposing a group I already have that doesn't have as much traction, which I think I may do. Check the comment box below this because I may have put something in there about that group that you can go to and see. And that is my entire opinion. So to the people who have been asking me, will I be buying less? Why am I still buying all these movies that I know nothing about? Is because I still want to expand my knowledge of film. I still want to experience new things. By having a set collection of, say, 500 titles and never growing out of that would be kind of depressing for me. I want to experience new things. I want to see new things. And when I say new, I mean new to me, things I haven't seen before. And I have enough trust and belief and excitement in a lot of these boutique labels that them releasing things really does kind of excite me and give me a kind of trust that I have that there's going to be something that I love there. There's not always going to be boutique labels, because I've seen today that House of Long Shadows is coming out, and that's entirely in my wheelhouse, a movie that I really enjoy. I don't have it in Blu-ray. I'm definitely picking that one up. I know a lot of you guys out there just buy movies that you know and trust, but what I want to know is there many people out there that just blind buy, that don't know a lot about movies, that just want to experience something, maybe something they missed out on, maybe something they saw a cover of in the video shops in the 80s. Maybe it's a new change in taste, movies that you've come around to really enjoy. Like, for me, late in the game, I came on to Italian horror or Italian poliziotti movies, things that I didn't really encounter too much when I was younger, but now have discovered an utter passion for. Taste changes over time. It's wonderful to discover new things thanks to that. So as I continue my collecting 2.0, I will still buy titles. I will still only buy if I have a small watch pile. I'll try not to let that explode too much. And I will quickly turn around the titles that I do not enjoy. Pass them on to someone that does enjoy it. It's all going to be about collecting responsibly, within my means and within my space, which is part of my means as well. So I would love to know your comments on this subject. What do you think? Do you think I'm still enabling myself, or could I found a better way of collecting responsibly? As always, I want to know your opinion, so drop it in the comment box, let me know. There's more content up here if you want to see more of my stuff. There's a like button just below this video. If you click that, it means that you love collecting responsibly, and maybe that you like this video. And if you want to support me just that extra little bit, you can join the membership program or the Patreon, which would be fantastic. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on Man v Film.